Dumbartung Aboriginal Corporation has served the Indigenous community for over 30 years. From humble beginnings, the corporation evolved from a single desk in a disused dormitory building at Clontarf Orphanage to become an internationally acclaimed and respected Aboriginal corporation. Dumbartung's mission was to understand and promote our cultural arts and spirituality to empower the healing of our people's lives and communities. During the early 1990s, Dumbartung coordinated the highly acclaimed Kayana gatherings. The festivals were held on the very grounds that were once the hunting and ceremonial sites of the old Wadjuk peoples. In excess of 25,000 people attended these gatherings, and they are considered to be the most significant cultural gatherings in living memory. Dumbartung was a strong advocate for protecting the intellectual property rights of Aboriginal artists and culture. This was evident in the Marlo Morgan Down Under campaign, which targeted an author claiming to have lived with Aboriginal tribes. The dispute made international headlines and gave Dumbartung the credibility it deserved as a grassroots advocacy organisation. The Cootamara Quab Women's Healing Program has been instrumental in empowering women in our community. These initiatives created at Dumbartung empower our younger generation to survive, while also paying tribute to all our women who have lost their lives to domestic violence and our young people who have passed away as the result of suicide. Dumbartung has become a special place of significance and solace for the suffering and the pain of our people. A place they can feel safe, protected and able to express themselves through the challenges they face. For 30 years, Dumbartung has coordinated and developed the highly acclaimed Kayana Gallery. The collection commenced with one single object as a gift to the organisation. The gallery was never funded or supported by the government. It has been visited and toured by tens of thousands of people, both Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal. All have been spiritually moved by the experience. It was awarded a significant assessment award by the Prime Minister and Cabinet and the National Library in 2010 for being extremely important to the history of Australia and its peoples. Dumbartung also featured prominently in the acclaimed documentary Utopia by John Pilger. This led to Robert being invited to deliver a series of lectures in the World Health Organization in Geneva. For the past 5 years, Dumbartung has coordinated and run Aboriginal youth camps called Camp Biara. These camps have been specifically for young Aboriginal people who have been placed by the Department of Child Protection in non-Aboriginal homes. Activities are varied and include storytelling, traditional dance, boomerang making and the basics of Noongar language. Wellbeing sessions encourage the participants to talk about issues that challenge their lives. This is done in and around the campfires at night, connecting young people to the strength of cultural knowledge which promotes their resilience and identity. Dumbartung was approached by the City of Fremantle to be involved in the initiative that called for the Australia Day celebrations to be changed from the 26th of January to the 27th. This was to make the day more inclusive and acceptable to both Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal people. This activism has now become a major driving force across Australia, representing acceptance, dignity and national pride. Dumbartung embarked on a southwest tour which included taking a number of young Aboriginal students to old mission sites. The purpose of this tour was to take photographs of the missions as they are today and then include archival images of when the missions were actively operating. The exhibition was launched at the Burswood-on-Swan facility and was warmly accepted by all who experienced its dynamic representations. Dumbartung has survived insurmountable odds over 3 decades, and the tireless work has changed our national cultural agendas regarding the priorities and importance in preserving and maintaining our cultural rights and ownership. Dumbartung's 30-year journey has been a much-needed healing for the spiritual and cultural well-being of our people. Future generations will have insights and directives from the legacy that will prevail in our maxim. May our campfires burn forever.